got a real message, to really bring for you guys, man. You have to let go of that victim ass mindset, that traumatized, codependent, seeking validation, seeking approval, seeking to, just to care what the fuck people think. What I'm starting to get to is that, especially as a man, you have to walk on your 2 feet and make things happen. Stop relying on others. Stop relying on things outside of yourself. Stop looking at life through other people's eyes and look at them through your own. This is what I feel, is really holding us back, is really just getting caught up in our emotions, getting caught up in certain things that we know doesn't serve us. Stop compromising your authenticity and integrity for motherfuckers that never even knew who you were, that never walked in your shoes, that have never even heard your story and the hell that you've overcame. Authenticity is a much higher frequency. It's time to really acknowledge the subconscious shit. It's time to acknowledge these lower vibrations, you know what I'm saying? The change starts within us. It's time to stop acting like volunteer victims and just letting life happen to us. When we realize, frequency, we create this reality, through our consciousness, through our state of being, through our beliefs, how we look at ourselves, how we walk, how we see ourselves in the mirror. It's time to, on some real shit, it's time to die to that old self. It's time to literally almost die to that version you're not. Die to the version that is literally thinking and creating all these problems. Like, face it, man. That's what I'm starting to see. Like, we gotta really fucking face it. If you don't face it, how can you change it? It's really in this discipline where we find our freedom. I'm speaking for the divine masculines, you know what I'm saying? Starseeds, we have a message to bring. It's not about tripping up in other people's perspective. The crazy thing is when you really own your own mind, you know where you're headed. Why are we giving our power away to shit that doesn't even serve us? The things that don't even resonate with us. And if we don't love ourselves, then can we really say we're being who we truly are? It's time to let go of all that fuckery. It's time to let go of all those things that don't really serve you. Be fucking real. Stop hiding who you are to fit in. That shit is weak. I'm starting to see, take the action for where you are right now. Stop looking at your life and victimizing and blaming shit and thinking shit has happened to you. The power's really inside of you. And if we don't stay authentic and really go inside ourselves to really see who we are, then how the fuck are we ever gonna change? You gotta be in the present moment and do what you know to be true, Taking the fucking action. I'm seeing no one is gonna save you. No one is gonna save you in this life. You gotta save yourself, you know what I'm saying? Like, really stop giving a fuck. Stop giving your power away to bullshit. To shit that is literally draining you. Low vibrational motherfuckers, man. This is what I feel the problem is this people pleasing, this Mr. Nice Guy syndrome, this walking on eggshells because, what are they gonna say? How are they gonna look at me? Is this what they wanna, what the fuck do you wanna do? That's what I'm getting to, is what do you wanna do with your life? Not what the fuck the world's trying to make you do. We change ourselves and we face ourselves. And we're not afraid to walk on our own 2 feet to our destination. When we're not afraid to really admit who we really have been in the pathetic ass ways that we've been really walking. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this world is like we run away from accountability. We run away from the raw shit of what we need to be in, the changes we know we need to make. Stop giving a fuck of what other people are thinking. Your intuition knows what's best for you. Your higher self knows what's best for you. That connection with the divine, that connection with God knows what's best for you. Why are we putting our power in someone else's hands that isn't even walking the same path as you? That is not even doing the same shit as you? Like, I'm really at a point where you have to save yourself. You cannot just walk around with this trauma and this unhealed baggage and all these unprocessed things. We have to look inside ourselves and walk on our own 2 feet and take the fucking action, no matter what's going on, no matter if you feel the pain, no matter if you're crying, no matter if you gotta freaking shed the blood, if you gotta shed the tears. Let the shit happen. Let the growth happen. Let that death happen so you can rebirth into who you truly are. What I think is bullshit is this codependency trap. It's like, You know, real shit. Can you really say yourself as a real man if we're just walking around expecting someone to save us? Truth is, no one's coming to save you. We gotta save ourselves. We have to really stand in our integrity, authenticity. Who you were yesterday is not who you were now. Stop bringing this stuff from the past into the present and attaching yourself to some fucked up story that is literally running your mind, that is literally running your consciousness, creating the same fucking experience. We do this shit to ourselves. We do this shit to ourselves. And if you truly love yourself, you'd have fucking values, you'd have morals, you'd have higher standards. Because how I'm really starting to see it on the spiritual walk is when you really start to take action and start to better yourself alone, knowing you're not alone, with the Creator, with the divine will, people hate on that shit. They hate it because they misunderstand it. They project shit onto you because they don't even fucking know what it is like to just walk in your path. Who gives a fuck? Like, if we keep giving our power to everything around us and everything going outside, what the fuck can you control? It's in here, you know what I'm saying? In here, your actions, your perspective, how you treat yourself. If you loved yourself enough, you wouldn't be hanging around some toxic ass shit. And if you loved yourself, you wouldn't settle for fucking crumbs. You wouldn't settle, you know what I mean? Being around a bunch of leeches, being around a bunch of cockroaches, being around a bunch of snakes, a bunch of motherfuckers that don't even care about you, man. They act like they do. And the funny thing is that we really think that we have it all figured out. You know, we walk around this ego, we walk around this fucking shit. We're afraid of accountability. We're afraid to face the pain. We're afraid to face the fucking truth. You know, if we don't face the truth, how the fuck are we gonna change? If you keep doing the same shit every day, you're gonna keep getting the same fucking results. You create your reality. You create your reality based on your belief, based on your consciousness, based on your frequency. Stop giving a fuck of what's going on outside of you and start living your life. Start living your life. Stop letting other people puppet you the fuck around. Make your own decisions consciously. If some shit is draining you, if some shit is making you feel like shit, if you feel like you're surrounded by a bunch of fucking roaches that are just trying to suck up your energy and suck you dry and disrespect you, it's time to cut that out the picture. What I'm starting to get is like, damn, we've never really even been our true selves because we're letting other people puppet us the fuck around from their false ass projections, from their own insecure bullshit that they don't want to face. Fuck what they gotta say. Do your thing. You know what's best for you. So why are we hesitating? Why are we tripping? Why are we allowing other things outside of us? This is your domain. Where we are now is a result of our choices. Where we are now is a result of our actions, our behaviors, our subconscious, man. We place these limits. We did this shit to ourselves. You know, stop. I'm not gonna call daddy, call mommy, come save me, help me, all this shit. You gotta help yourself because how I'm really seeing out here is like no one's coming to fucking save you. And truth is, nobody really cares how you fucking feel right now. You have to face that weak ass shit and change it. You know, I'm doing this independently. I refuse. You gotta love yourself enough to refuse to be around that toxic ass shit that you were fighting to get out of. These people don't know your story. These people don't know the abuse. They don't know the trauma. They don't know the shit you've been through. So why are we giving them fucking power when they don't even know who we are? You know who you are. Stop giving your energy away, man. It's so easy to have that hive mind, to fit the fuck in, to be like everybody else. Have a mind of your own. Have an expression of your own that's unique to yourself. That's why we feel depressed. That's why we feel the way we feel, is because we're literally compromising ourselves based on some complete inauthentic BS from other people. Who gives a flying fuck? Because if we keep living every day, walking in this little bitch ass mindset, walking around like nothing's gonna happen, you create your reality. Notice that every single thought you had, every single thing that you were putting out and projecting, that frequency you were putting out when you were being negative as fuck, when you were acting like a little fucking bitch, a little victim. No one is coming to save you. It's up to us to take accountability. It's up to us to take responsibility. It's up to us to freaking do something about it. Do something about it. If you're fucking sick and tired of what you're doing, stop living the same fucking loop. Living the same fucking loop and feeling sorry for yourself. That shit is bullshit. That shit is weak. If you really cared about yourself, you wouldn't compromise for a motherfucking thing. For anybody, for anyone around you who cares. Take your energy back, take your power back, take your life back. Because why the fuck are we tripping? Why are we tripping so much of what you look like? Trying to be perfect, trying to do this, trying to do that, trying to fucking blend in with everybody else. If you don't know who you are, if you're not being who you are, then what the fuck are you being? If we're not following what it is we know we're supposed to be doing, you gotta give of service. You gotta be of contribution and be fucking authentic. It does not matter what's going on outside of you. Stop blaming circumstances. Stop blaming the fucking environment. Stop blaming the motherfuckers. It's your fault, man. You did this shit. You know, I'm speaking to myself at the same time. We're responsible. This is some brutal, real ass shit that that our fathers never taught us. The so-called friends never fucking told us. You know what's crazy is that when you're on your way to elevate, your so-called friends and brothers, they try to bash you, they try to pull you down. They don't give a fuck. They want to pull you in that miserable shit because misery loves company. Do you think a tiger is going to roam with some fucking roaches? Do you think a lion is going to walk with some sheep? If you don't know your worth and if you don't stand by a certain set of standards and a certain set of morals and values, then you're letting motherfuckers control you. You're letting other people control your destiny. You're letting other people get in your head. Own your own fucking mind. You should be able to walk outside and have a beautiful day and create your shit. Stop letting the past interrupt your blessing. Stop letting that bullshit interrupt this manifestation, interrupt this passion. Bring the energy. Because if we keep caring and caring and giving this away, giving that away, fuck approval. I don't know who needs to hear this, but fuck approval. You know, we really are. The reason we doubt ourselves is because we are letting other motherfuckers project their doubt onto us. We're letting other motherfuckers project their limitations onto us. Stop. You gotta realize the strength is really inside of you. You gotta realize that if we're not authentic, then who the fuck are we? If we're not really being who we were meant to be by the Creator, who are we being? Another cog in the wheel? Another fucking just blending in with the crowd? Fuck that. That shit is miserable, man. And the funny thing is that people fucking pity. People have that self-apathy. Come save me. I'm gonna text daddy. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna text somebody. I'm gonna pull on social media. I'm gonna look. It's not outside of you. It's inside of you. You have to bring that shit the fuck out. You're gonna go through the pain. You're gonna go through the uncomfortable shit. You're gonna have to do some shit. You're gonna have to take fucking action. Stop complaining about what's happening and use the tools to your advantage. Use what's around you to your advantage. Stop settling for some fuck shit that you know is not even really meant for you. Those who walk alone have the strongest direction. Are you gonna be manipulated? Are you gonna let other people fucking cross your boundaries and just shit all over you? All the work you've put in on yourself, all the things you've been doing by yourself, you're gonna let them dim your light? I don't think so. Because I'm over that shit. I'm over dimming my light. I'm over giving a fuck about certain things and people and places and shit that never even meant a goddamn thing. It was simply a distraction. We have to get out of our own damn way and really face this shit, or it's always you're gonna keep fucking being that little bitch. This is some real shit. It's like most people don't even know what it's like to be authentic anymore because we cowered into this false ass version of what everyone else is wanting us to be. Fuck that shit, man. Straight up. Walk in integrity, walk in fucking confidence. Do something. Do something. Are you tired of being broke? Do something. Are you tired of walking around without shit? Do something about it. Stop waiting for other people to save you when you're your own savior. Stop looking for the shit outside of you when the shit's inside of you. We're in a world that tries to beat the passion, that tries to beat the fucking... Fuck that. Because only you can let that happen. Only you can compromise yourself. It's no one else's fault. Let's stop blaming shit and actually own the fuck up and grow up. Take accountability. Yes, it's gonna be painful. Yes, you're gonna have to take the action. Yes, you may have to bleed a little bit. You may have to fucking sweat a little bit. You may have to fucking push yourself past your bitch ass boundaries and limitations. Not the boundaries, I mean the limitations, the shit we putting on ourselves. It's like we spelling ourselves. Every word you say, every thought process you have, this shit's all energy, this shit's all a frequency. If you keep vibing with those motherfuckers on that low level, they're gonna keep trying to pull you down. Would you rather walk alone in your truth or walk in a fucking group of motherfuckers that could care less about you? That could care fucking less. Because how I'm really seeing out here is like you gotta really get stronger. You have to face that little bitch. Stop projecting your shit onto other people. Stop getting on your phone, texting motherfuckers. Let's be real. Face to face, real interactions, real shit. Especially divine masculines, like you gotta step in your honor. You gotta step in your code and your discipline. Stop letting this world make you weak as fuck. Take your power back. Everyone else is... Are we just gonna watch everyone else live their life and just be some measly piece of shit just looking at it and feeling like shit? Or are we gonna do something about it? Stop getting caught up in your appearance and trying to be perfect, trying to be someone you're not, trying to be everything other than who you really are. Just to be light, just to not make someone feel uncomfortable. Fuck that, shine your light, I'll make them uncomfortable. It's about that time we pour back into ourselves. It's about that time that we stop playing this fucking fake ass role. Reality is in our hands, man. Life is really a reflection of us. Everyone is experiencing their own reflection. That's based on their shit, not your shit. Stop letting other people put their shit onto you like it's yours to clean up. Those motherfuckers talking about you and trying to tell you what to do are not walking in your shoes. They're not walking the path you're on. Focus on you and do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. This ain't about feelings, right? This ain't about being all caught up in your emotions, being all comfortable. I'm realizing that comfortability is what leads to codependency, is what leads to fucking stagnancy, complacency, victimhood, apathy, pity, all this bullshit. Realize every day you're reborn into another version. Change that shit. Change your subconscious self-identity, your concept of yourself. If you keep looking at yourself like you're broke, you're gonna always be fucking broke. If you keep looking at, oh, there's no money, oh, I gotta, stop it. Stop it. It's like people are really just fake as fuck. Stop being fake. Stop following with the crowd. You're not like them. You're not like them at all. You're not crazy. I get it. Misunderstood. Feel like nobody really gets you and shit because you're walking on your own path. And you actually love yourself to walk in your own path. You know, use what's around you. Stop looking at life like it's some fucking miserable ass thing. What's miserable is your motherfucking mindset. It's like, damn, we're supposed to feel ashamed of who we are because of other people and what the fuck all that conditioning and shit. It's time to break that. This is what I'm realizing. When you're really changing yourself and transforming yourself, motherfuckers will try to hold you down and try to pull you back to that old ass identity, the old self that you already are working on transcending and transforming. Transmuting that toxic ass shit. Turning that pain into fucking power. Turning that goddamn victimhood into making solutions, into making shit happen. Use your skills and abilities. Stop waiting for this world. It's never gonna happen. You gotta make it fucking happen. Have the courage to walk on your own 2 fucking feet without asking for handouts and shit. I cannot stand codependency and shit and people just fucking leeching and fuck that. You gotta know your worth, Starseed. You gotta know who you really are. Why are we caring so much about motherfuckers that never even resonated with our energy in the first place? They try to hold us in this toxic shit, but we let that happen, and it's up to us to snap that shit right now and to snap the fuck out of it. If you tired of being broke, find a way to make money. Find a way to be a service. Find a way to add contribution. Find a way to use your God-given soul abilities. Because what I'm seeing is that sometimes in life, you're going to have to do shit you don't want to do. You're going to have to fucking feel shit you don't want to feel. You're going to have to face shit you don't want to face. But that's the only way shit's going to change. If we keep being all comfortable, if we keep just hiding in these boxes, hiding with other motherfuckers, you are who you hang with. I refuse to be around low vibrational shit. I refuse to be around some blood-sucking vampiric shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta really raise your energy, raise your frequency. Fuck that. I don't know who this message is for, but this is really just coming through. What you think you're without is really within. Stop giving your power to these pansy motherfuckers, bro. And I don't care what anyone has to say. This is my authentic expression. Seeking approval is the goddamn most weakest thing that ever happened to us. Living in some fucking, walking on eggshells and shit, looking around, hopeless. Fuck that. Like, stop. It's time to literally, enough is enough. Take the fucking steps. Do it alone if you have to. Do it alone if you have to. Why are we, depending on shit? We gotta be self-reliant. We gotta look at ourselves as our own heroes. Go out there and fucking do something. But most importantly, look inside yourself first. Because it starts within before it's without. It starts within before it's without. Stop attaching to the screen, thinking this shit is literally just a reflection of your own belief and your own state of being. And the shit that you created. Stop blaming shit. Stop being a bitch. No one's coming to save us. We gotta take this step on our own, man. Stop trying to fit in with something that we didn't come here to fit in. We did not come here to fit in. Stay fucking true to yourself. Don't compromise who you really are and all the work you've put in on yourself for another motherfucker just to drain it and try to leech off you. Enough. I'd rather walk alone with my own peace of mind than to be surrounded by some toxic shit. I'm not looking for handouts. We need to stop looking for handouts. We gotta start looking inside ourselves and seeing how can we serve ourselves? How can we serve ourselves so we can be a service? Because if we don't change ourselves and if we don't really get a little stubborn about ourselves, what the fuck are we gonna even be able to do? That victim shit, it's gotta go. That broke mentality, it's gotta go. Aren't you sick and tired of being around motherfuckers that just have nothing going on when you're literally fretting and grinding and pushing yourself past your limits, going inside yourself, doing the spiritual work, finding that peace of mind, finding that time to express, finding that time to be authentic. Activate. Make this shit happen. Change the way you see yourself. Stop looking at yourself the same way you used to be, or you're always gonna experience the same shit. You know what I mean? This is tough love. This is real love. We're in a society nowadays that we hate hearing the truth. We hate hearing how the fuck it really is, because we'd rather be comfortable. Because we'd rather be around fake ass individuals that are literally just you're not growing at all. And if we're not really evolving, then we're falling. If we're not really looking inside and developing ourselves and finding out why we're here, then what the fuck? We're wasting our goddamn time. We're wasting our energy. We're wasting our attention. Stop chasing validation. Stop giving a fuck about approval and security and going straight to the text, and look inside yourself and figure that shit out. Because if you can do it alone with God, with Source, with the Creator, you will never be broken again. You will never be broken again. Last night, I refused to stay in some motherfucking shelter because I know my motherfucking integrity, I know my value, and I know my worth. I refused to be around that shit. I was laying under a goddamn park bench. Did not sleep at all. I was up. I couldn't sleep for real. I went into fucking work. I did what I had to do. This is what being a man is about. You have to do what you have to fucking do. Fuck your feelings. Fuck your emotions. Stop being a bitch, man. Like, we have to face that fucking pain. Without suffering, there is no growth. I'm not talking in a morbid fucking way. I'm talking in a way of evolution. I'm talking in a way of how nature really works. Nature's always changing. So should we. So stop blaming. After this video, you will not blame another motherfucker for your situation or your problems. You will own up to that shit. You will see that you're the one who has to change it. And you're the one who has to take the steps. And be ready to face that discomfort. Embrace this shit. You know what I mean? I'm going through a spiritual awakening and all this stuff too. Working in regular jobs. But I have to do some other shit as well because I refuse to stay at the fucking bottom. I refuse to eat shit. After all the trauma, after all the shit we've been through, are you serious? You're really gonna betray yourself like that over some motherfuckers that don't even really know who you are now? People look at you from who you used to be, not who you are currently, and not who you're becoming. This is just raw shit coming through. Like, love your goddamn self. Stop looking at yourself and hating what you're looking at. Stop looking at yourself and judging what you're looking at. You will never fucking grow with that fucking mindset and attitude, and I learned that shit the hard way. Stop giving your morals and shit. Stop letting other people own your fucking mind. Make your decisions for yourself. Do what the fuck is best for you. So what if they misunderstand you? So what if they call you crazy and shit? God always gives away. Everything's always working out divinely. It's time to affirm that shit and decree it and to command it. Remember who the fuck you are. Stop letting this reality try to take you into something you're not. It's easy to be weak. It's easy to make excuses. It's easy to really sit back and just be comfortable as a goddamn victim, waddling in your goddamn pity, waddling in your fucking issues and shit. No one's coming to save you. We gotta be a big girl, a big boy. Be a fucking man. I'm just over this fucking weak ass shit that we've all been plagued in our minds. It's time for us to look inside of ourselves and face the shit. If you can face it, you can change it. If you can endure this shit, if you can take that fucking pain and forward yourself into that version, you're gonna make it. So start making your own decisions for what's best for you. Stop giving your power away. It's the most important thing. So I know this resonates with you guys. I know this hits you because I'm speaking from my core. I'm speaking from my heart right now. Holding compassion, staying authentic. I refuse to be fake. I refuse to give away my power. I refuse to let toxic, low vibrating, demonic motherfuckers around my energy. You gotta look at shit like that. How much do you really love yourself? Do you really care about yourself? Because if we cared enough, we would fucking change it. If we cared enough, we'd fucking face it. So that's some raw talks right here. Peace, love, man. We gotta really face this shit. This ain't a game. You gotta face this shit. This is your fucking life. This is about you right now. All the fucking shit you've been through, this is about you. You have to rise above it and find a way in that. Stop letting this world control your mind and shit. What would the real ass motherfucker version of you do? What would that real ass motherfucker do? You had no fears, no limits, no insecurities, no anxieties, no doubts. Let that shit go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I refuse to hold a subconscious identity of homelessness and addiction and fuck that dirty shit. You know who you are, chosen one. You know who you are, Starseed, man. We're warriors of the light. I'm a voice piece of God, crying out loud. Just stop hiding who you are just to make other people feel comfortable with their little fuck shit. I know this resonated. I know this is really gonna hit some of you guys, man. And it maybe piss you off a little bit, but hey, someone's gotta say it, because I feel like we're not growing if we're just coddling in our own fucking shit. We're not growing if we're not being real with ourselves. Face that shit. Face that shit, because you deserve to make it. You deserve to be in the right environment. You deserve to get away from these motherfuckers that are draining you of your energy. Walk alone if you have to. But don't be a fucking fool. Be wise, have a vision, have a plan, execute on that shit, and don't compromise that for nobody. So unconditional love, man. I'm just sending you this energy. It just felt called to come through. We're more than these jobs, you know. This shit, you're not a role. Stop misidentifying. with this role, with this fucking victim ass, limited, singular ass perspective, with your thoughts, with the past, all this shit. Let it go. Let it go. And finally start to grow, start to glow once again.